Salvador Dalí died in 1989. So what is he doing introducing guests and explaining artworks at the Dalí Museum? A deepfake is a synthetic performance created using AI neural networks. It creates this performance by reusing the likeness of a performer or performance to generate a digital imitation. The Dalí Museum created an audio and visual deepfake of Salvador Dalí. They used extensive reference photos and research into his writings and journals in order to create the scripts and mimic his mannerisms. Though no matter how convincing this virtual Dalí is, he is only an interpretation and is not the real thing. But what about ordinary people? Will any of us get the chance to have our own digital replica? After all, deepfake technology is becoming more accessible for non-technical users and is being used in many ways. For example, Deepfake Therapy is a short film that documents a group of people, with the guidance of a grief therapist, conducting interactive video conversations with their deepfaked deceased loved ones. Is this helpful, creepy, or both? According to the creator, the project was a successful therapeutic experiment where the participants responded positively. However, immersive therapy like this has the possibility to have a significant detrimental psychological impact. These experiences have heightened immersion and presence in comparison to traditional grieving behaviors, like looking at photos. Some patients may have a dysfunctional need for closeness with their loved one, a need that could be worsened by this form of therapy. Of course, everyone may react differently, and so clear regulation and aims for this therapy would be necessary to ensure it is effective. But can you portray the dead saying things that they never said at all? Is it ethical to digitally revive them? And do the dead get a say in this? Deepfake Therapy circumvented this problem by not showing the deepfaked faces and voices on screen, and the permission to create the deepfakes was given by the living relatives. Similarly, Dalí's deepfake was approved by the Salvador Dalí Foundation. However, these people died before deepfakes were feasible, and now that we know that it could be possible to deepfake us after death, should we decide who gets to give that permission? After all, to create a full immersive deepfake of a person, you would need access to their images, voice recordings, texting habits, diary entries, etc. There have been discussions surrounding how copyright law works for deepfakes. Does the creator of the deepfake own it? What about the owners of the images used to train the deepfakes? There may not be a final agreement on this yet, but the issues of personal identity, privacy, publicity, and the ability to control the use of one's image seem to be human rights issues rather than copyright. If a deepfake depicts a person inconsistently to their actual life, work, or status, should it be rewarded with copyright in the first place? Humans have personality rights to control the commercial use of their identity. They have personal rights to control the rights to their own body and reputation. Should we then get a say in whether we want a deepfake of ourselves to be created posthumously? Evidently, privacy is a major concern when it comes to deepfakes. However, the documentary Welcome to Chechnya was able to use deepfakes to preserve the privacy of persecuted gay and lesbian Chechens. Deepfakes were used in place of traditional face blurring so that viewers could feel more empathy for the victims. This heightened empathy is why deepfakes have also found a use case in movie dubbing. And similar methods can also be used to immersively anonymize faces or even license plates on online platforms. This does bring up the question of whether or not preserving privacy in this way is also erasing reality. Does the privacy of these individuals take precedence over their right to remember and record history? Should an original copy of these altered images be stored somewhere? Deepfakes are already blurring reality. They've been shown to be capable of influencing people's opinions of a target person, and they are especially effective when targeted at specific political or demographic groups. This is a major threat if used to promote disinformation or to disrupt politics. Furthermore, over 90% of deepfake content online is of non-consensual pornography. The most extreme cases are used to threaten women, such as Rana Ayub, an Indian journalist known for exposing corruption. Her address was leaked alongside a deepfaked porn video, and the sheer amount of rape and death threats caused her to stop working for months. Both of these issues could be combated by developing systems to identify deepfakes. However, current solutions are not capable of reliably detecting positive cases and can be exploited. As a user, I feel like there are positive use cases for deepfakes. However, the negatives seem to outweigh them. Deepfake disinformation and blackmail are major issues that could destabilize information channels. Methods for deepfake detection would need to improve to the point that they are nearly 100% accurate, and even then they would probably need to be constantly updated in order to stay relevant. That said, we have grown resilient to other malicious techniques like scam emails or advertising. Maybe in time we could adapt to the negative parts of deepfakes while still enjoying the positive effects. Nonetheless, I feel like we as individuals should have full control over if we can be deepfaked, whether we're still dead or alive. I personally would not want a deepfake version of myself to posthumously talk to loved ones, as it's not truly me, but just a representation.